So in my conversation with Jan Arendtsz, the CEO and founder of Celigo, we talked about what it takes to really grow a platform business. There's a lot of founders out there who want to go after a broad market, and they don't want to listen to me when I say you need a really tight niche and a really clear customer profile. They say, no, I want to build a big, broad platform that anybody can use. Hey, there are successful businesses, obviously, that do this. Many fail, but some that are successful obviously become incredibly huge. This is usually the argument that I get is, well, look at Airtable, look at Salesforce, right? Look at these big companies that have been incredibly successful building a broad platform that serves many use cases. And what we went over here in my conversation with Jan is, how do you actually build a platform? You don't just go straight out and just take a whole bunch of tools and throw it out there and say, good luck, guys, figure it out. What he started doing first was providing a service. He actually canned his sort of SaaS business and focused on consulting to really understand the customer and really understand their various use cases and workflows, and actually providing bespoke service solutions to them. And meanwhile, they were validating and refining this concept and starting to build out tools to help their clients solve these problems. So they were getting paid not only to do their market research, but to actually build out their MVP as they were building out these solutions. So then they took those different use cases and workflows and they put them together and said, all right, we are selling now these pre-built workflow automations, right? And at the end of the day, every product you build is a workflow. You may not see it this way, but your product is a workflow. You are helping your customer complete a task, right? And so what they started doing is, through their service business, they mapped out these workflows and then they built software to automate it. Then they took that software and they went and sold it to more customers that had the same problems. So then they actually became very successful and built a fairly large company simply by providing these pre-built workflows to the customers that were like their consulting clients. Okay, great. Then in the background, they were building the platform. They were building the suite of tools to build the workflows so that, for their own team, so that they can provide these services, right? Until they got to a point where that platform was robust enough and reliable and stable enough and easy enough to use that they could actually go out and sell it to a broader market with a turnkey solution. But even then they realized, well, this thing is really difficult. Even though they've gone through years and years and years of using this thing internally and eating their own dog food, they still had to layer on top of that, strong usability and guided workflows and tutorials and training. And now they even have a Celigo University where you can get certified in their platform. And to be honest, that's what it takes in order to build a really compelling platform for the masses. Is you start off small, you start off bespoke, you provide the service, you build the tools to provide the service, then you sell the tools to create the service, right? And so this was a really great formula that I hope that many startup founders out there that are looking to provide a platform play will take to heart. A couple other key takeaways I got here. One was that you need to stay focused at every scale. And so we're talking about building a platform. Again, my argument against it from the start is it takes you away from, it makes it hard for you to have a clear customer persona. And if you don't have a clear customer persona, you're not going to be able to build a product that fits that persona. You're not going to be able to go to market because everything's just going to be fuzzy and generic and broad. And so what they found was that they started off, niche and focused, but even as they scaled, and even as their company organically grew and organically became more of a broad market play, they found that we still need to focus and still need to hone in on who is our ICP and how do we market to them effectively. Because even if the product can be used by many different types of people, that doesn't mean that many types of people are going to respond to your marketing or that they're going to buy your product in the same way or go through the same buyer's journey. And again, for every single variation in a persona that you have, it multiplies the amount of work that you have to do, not only on designing the product itself, but also on how you go to market, because every single person that is consuming your marketing is an individual. They're a human, and they resonate with things that are targeted at them specifically. And if you're not, your competitors are, right? So how do you make an individual, a human being in a large market who's on the other side of your ad campaign, right? Or on the other side of your content marketing, really feel like you're speaking directly to them and directly to their problems? Well, obviously you have to multiply the amount of efforts that you're doing, and that is a big company play. So my advice to any startup founders out there, even if your vision is creating a platform that has a broad appeal or a broad reach, you still need to focus and hone in on a core persona and a core set of problems and build really, really incredible, compelling solutions that just nail those use cases. Then provide the tools available. But then as you start to scale your marketing, just know that every single segment is its own campaign, and that multiplies the amount of effort.